irás
What up? What up? What's poppin', boys? Uh, I see you guys talking about that MVP Netflix shit. Shout out to Jew for being first in the chat, homie. My man Jew. Shout out to Jew and Space Kid. Getting the vibes going early. Late night stream, late night stream. Um, I like how you set up as you go live and not before. Honestly, I just prefer it that way. It's just like I'm kind of lazy, bro. And I won't get ready until I have to, so no way to rush me like actually going live, you feel me? Um but yeah, shout out to Space, what's poppin', homie. So yeah, let's talk about that pay structure real quick. I see Juice saying we gotta talk about that pay. That mid pay was wild. Gina did not deserve no millie, and Francis could have earned more in the UFC. Nate and Mike both deserved a millie. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? This is why I said, they cannot get away with this shit. And they did, bro. These women stole all that fucking money and nobody tuned in for them. Nobody bought tickets for them. I can't believe Nate took a backseat to Ronda like that. The respect, kiss my ass with the respect. Fuck the respect. Three fighters earned seven-figure paydays for those who aren't familiar. Ronda, Gina, and Ngannou. Now it's worth mentioning. I think Ngannou was getting paid 8 milli per fight contractually in the PFL, and his opponents were guaranteed 2 milli. And now, Francis making less than his opponent's guarantee in the PFL, 1.5 milli. It's all about perspective, right? So, with a little bit of hindsight, power of hindsight, considering what he turned down in the UFC, he would have made more in the UFC. Now he making 1.5 milli on Netflix. He would have made more in the UFC, bro. 100%. 100%. But it doesn't even matter because he made all that money in boxing. So it's still W Francis. But MVP made it seem like they pay out these fighters. They don't. Speaking of paying out these fighters, it's like Nate, disclosed 500K. Who knows how true this shit really is? But I mean, they're flexing the milli. Ronda flexing 2.2 milli. I mean, what you think? Ronda got paid 10 milli, and this is just like disclosed? I don't know. It's more of a question. But like, if they're lying about Nate's disclosed, then they're lying about Ronda and Francis's too. So what, Francis got 5 milli? Like, what did these guys actually get? When Joaquin Buckley fought in, I believe, Atlanta, they revealed the purses, the disclosed purses. And then when we did that live stream for a UFC fight pay-per-view, somebody in the live chat asked Joaquin, they're like, yo, is it true you make like 150, 150? And he's like, that's what it said, right? And then they're like, you were like, yeah, that's what the report said. And he's like, yeah, it's true. That's what I make, you know? So either he's lying to us, which he never really lied to me. So I don't know. I say that to say it's like Joaquin said that Atlanta disclosing the salaries was real, but Dana swears that the salaries revealed are not real. So who really knows? California Athletic Commission always discloses though. It's worth mentioning. 1 minute, 1 minute. What up? What up? What up? My bad. My bad. Shit, I don't even know where the fuck we left off. Motherfuck. Motherfuck. And I thought I was showing the purses. I guess I wasn't. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't really want to explain. Let's just move. Let's just continue. Let's just continue. Um sorry boys. Sorry, I kind of forgot. But I don't know, Francis, you know, he would have made more in the UFC. It's okay. It's still W Francis at the end of the day. Uh Nate and Mike kind of underpaid big time though. Ronda and Gina. It's just like that shit was such a waste of fucking time, bro. It was fake and gay. And like it lasted 15 seconds and you know, fuck that shit. Sorry, boys. Man, I'm really trying here, so just bear with me. Gosh. Okay, I'm just going to read off some questions, try to get back into the groove of this. What is next for Nate? You think there is a real chance him and Perry rematch? Bro, it's just like you know, okay, here's my real take. I've been thinking about it a little bit today. Great question. Thank you guys. Can you guys just drop as many questions as you can tonight? A little bit more than normal. Um and it'll help the stream go longer. But bro, I think we might have to start you guys are going to hate it. You guys are going to hate it. And I know I got a lot of chats to read to get to your responses. But like, you know, drop your responses in the chat when I say this. I think we need to start blackballing Nate. I think we got to start blackballing Nate, you know. I think we got to start blackballing him. I don't know, as media we might have to start blackballing him, like no more support, bro. Like because he's going to keep doing it as long as we keep supporting it. You know, once he turns into a nothing burger, like I've been, you know, liking to say as of late, he'll stop showing up. But as long as like Netflix puts him on and, you know, we just are like dying for Nate Diaz content, he's going to keep coming out here. And so, honestly, I don't apply this to Mike Perry when I say this, but it's like, bro, we might have to start blackballing Nate. And you know, we should have blackballed Ronda and Gina. It's just like, man, this is, you know, we do need to start blackballing. 2.2 million, bro, getting paid more than Nate and Mike. It's just like, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Nate did more for MMA than fucking Ronda and Gina combined. I don't care what anybody says. Women's MMA is a net loss as it is today. Go ahead and host that shit by itself. See if it stands. It won't. Nate quite literally put out the blueprint of one of the ways, you know, to run your UFC career and one of the best ways to do it. So rematching Mike Perry, I'm not in favor of Night Owl, and I'm kind of in favor of blackballing Nate. You know, we got to just like kind of ghost this dude. And I say that like I like him. You know, I like Nate. But it's like dude is like really fucked up with the scar tissue and shit. He can't, it's like a net loss. Like he can't even, like he always has more to give. I give him that. He wasn't beat in there. He had more to give, but bro, the scar tissue won't even allow him to give it. So like it's just done. 168 was a terrible weight class. And that's what I kind of got to say. No one's really saying that like Nate at 168 wasn't really good. It wasn't good. Throw Nate some cans he can highlight on. I'll give him, okay, if you guys okay, I say all that and then I one next comment, I'm gonna fucking switch up my take. If you guys want to give him one more, you could try a can with Nate, one more, bro, but that's it. You know, and even at that, I think we should just blackball him after that. Because I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like even the cans, it's just disingenuous to keep promoting it. It's disingenuous to keep giving it attention. And, you know, I'm being serious. I think we do need to maybe blackball Nate at a certain point. You know, Nate's amazing. I love him, bro. But like, we got to maybe do it. It's because PFL didn't draw with Francis, so they let him go. Yeah. Well, the UFC should resign Francis. That's what I think should happen. And I don't have much to say about Ronda and Gina. I know it's like the thumbnail and shit. I just wanted to troll it for the one time. But it's like the title says it all. You know, Ronda versus Gina was a waste of time. That's what I got to say about it. You know, Gina's last fight before this was in 2009, bro. What are we doing, bro? I was watching DC and Ben Askren. Ben Askren's like, I made my debut in 2009 and I'm considered old. And it's like, yeah, bro, you guys got fucking sold. Not you guys, but in general. UFC is always top dog, unfortunately. Yeah, and they pay the best. You know, even like with MVP and shit. Nate was this is what I was gonna say. I think before I got had to step away. Nate like I thought Nate was supposed to go over to MVP because he couldn't come to terms with the UFC, and MVP offered him more money. Right, that was the narrative. MVP out negotiated the UFC. Nate got offered money he couldn't refuse on MVP. And I can tell you this for certainty, for a fucking fact, that UFC was offering Nate more than 500,000 a fight. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It's probably minimum like 3 million, bro. Maybe 2. Maybe 1.5. But still. Where's that bag that Nate went over to MVP for that he couldn't resign with the UFC for? Are you kidding me? 500,000. We don't know if it's real, but it's just like pay made no sense consider for PFL considering what he actually was bringing in. No, it's true. It's true. PFL had Saudi money though. What's up, Jacob and crew? What up, AD? Then they all talk that shit about the UFC pay, and they really paying no difference. Yeah, I mean they're paying less, Jew. They rose the floor again. You know, they rose the floor again. The classic spinoff. You know, we increased the minimum wage. It's like, bro, you paid Nate 500,000. We don't give a fuck about the minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? Jacob, they probably paid Nate a couple million bonuses based on ratings. Really? Who knows, AD? Wouldn't those ratings go to Gina and Ronda? Aren't they going to take credit for it? Who knows, man? I don't really care, to be honest. Either way, Jacob, having MVP push or create opportunities for fighters is good because the UFC is too effing greedy. Um, yeah. If we want to talk about like, is it good or bad that MVP put on this event? It's not bad. It's not bad. It does show though that, you know, I don't know. It's just everything I said. I'm not saying MVP needs to go away. I'm really not concerned with MVP MMA. If they can keep putting on events, I mean, do it. I won't, you know, it doesn't matter to me. You know, like keep putting on events. I'll watch it. I was kind of more so saying like, let's blackball Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz and Mike Perry deserved the money Ronda and Gina got. Ronda and Gina was a waste of time. Francis getting paid 1.5 million is nothing special. Um, and it just so happens to be less than what his opponent's guarantee was in the PFL. So that's pretty much my takes as far as MVP, MMA, and hosting shows. I mean, cool. I prefer if they didn't do that whole goofy gay ass DEI shit with Ronda versus Gina. I mean, that really ruins it for me. But aside from that, like it's cool. You know, I don't like I said, I don't have an opinion on it really. I'm not one of these people trying to attack MVP MMA. I'm actually, you know, promoting it by speaking on the card. I would argue I did it. It's due justice. You know, I'm speaking on it, giving a recap. I'm not even speaking about UFC Vegas 117 yet. You know, I haven't even downed the promotion or the card or anything like that. Right? I think that they put on some good not amateurs, but you know, some good regional guys. Fumi Nakuda, right? Namo Fazil, Saladin Parnasse. I mean, these guys are cool. These guys are cool. Just want to make that clear. You know, I'm not really don't want to be grouped into the people trashing MVP MMA. It's not really a topic I'm really, you know, invested in. Nate got 500K in his last UFC fight with the same incentives, though. They talking like UFC robbing these guys, and it's just weird to say that and pay him the exact same. Oh, so did Nate get paid 500K in his last bout with the UFC? Okay. Well, then he definitely would have signed for more, right? He's not going to regress. I see your point, though. I see your point. Why talk all that shit on the UFC and match their pay? Even Nikita said at the post-fight press conference, he's like, the funny thing is the if the UFC listens to us and pays their athletes, we can't compete with them. We don't have that type of bread, but they won't. That's what he said. 80 says all other major sports pay their athletes a percentage of the profits. MLB, NBA, NFL still lacking, but better than UFC and greedy motherfuckers. Yeah, true. Hey, what's poppin', Max Energy? Day 20. Shout out to you, homie. Day 20. I love it. Hit the like button for the streets. Shout out to the streets. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Easiest, hands down, the best free option to get Brody content pushed further and further through the algos. Yes, sir. That's right. So, everybody, run up the likes on the stream for the one time and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I have no idea how many people are watching right now. My phone is not near me. Having any competition creates opportunities for the fighters. First, for fighters cut by the UFC. Second, for fighters trying to make it into the UFC. Third, gives younger fighters a chance to level up. Yeah, it's cool. Like I said, it's cool. I respect it. Jason Jackson was cool to see. You know, I respect it. I think they put on an overall pretty decent card. If I know I've been a little bit negative, right? So allow me to say Jake Paul, Nakisa Badarian, for their first event, they put on a decent card. If they could lock in the guys that they signed, I mean, they got a pretty decent promotion off rip. You know, now you got to like duplicate and maybe like, triple this. If you could put together three cards with three, with all original fighters that are this level of prospect, Eileen Pereira's of the world, the Chris Avila's even, right? Brandon Jenkins beat Avila, but Jason Jackson, David McGoyan, Armand's homie. I mean, to be honest, they did a pretty good job with the matchmaking. I have not given them credit for that yet, and I will. I will. Sometimes I am a bit too negative, so allow me to self-correct. You know, everything I said earlier was true, but this was a great card. I would give my hats off to MVP. And like I said, if they could replicate this three times, putting this level of prospects, but new guys, on three different cards, I would argue that they definitely got something. I would argue that they definitely got something. Namo, Fumi, Adriano, Robelis. I mean, it was pretty good. Castro lit as shit, says Jew. Uh Forgive me, homie. Forgive me. I was fucking stressing before this. I was stressing. But I'm coming on here trying to up my vibe and my energy because I know I've been a little bit negative last couple days. So forgive me. Having any Oh, I already read that one. Shit, I was missing it watching Wing C interview. Hey, shout out Roro. Yeah, the Wing C interview is live. Everybody go tap into that shit. Thank you everybody who liked it already and commented and shit. It's much appreciated. Brings a smile to my face. I saw Space Kid and Jude trolling for the autistic question. So go tap in. We asked Wing C, are you autistic, homie? You're not, right? He's like, ah, shit, I might be. I might be. Then I said, I think your fan base likes autistic content. You got to go watch it. Um, Strikeforce, Bellator, and others gave older fighters and newer ones leverage. Yes, they do. They do not care about fighters. Well, Jew, as it stands right now, yeah, I'd like to see, what's their future? What's their future with this shit? I'm sorry, Perry, that shit was lame and I really should have just went to bed. Yeah, I agree, Roro. I mean, I turned off the broadcast. Don't tell me you watched it, Roro. Bro, if you did, Roro, you need to admit to that shit. Did you watch that? Wait, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Did you watch Gina versus Ronda? Yes. No. Vote that shit up. Jacob, remember only a few weeks ago UFC was getting stale and having MVP heighten awareness into MMA? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, AD. Like I said, I don't really have a problem with MVP MMA. In fact, I gave him credit, right? So I think, hats off to MVP MMA as a whole. But I would say, as you pointed out earlier, it is just a bit goofy, to be going after the UFC the way they do, and then they pay the guys the exact same. And it's like, it's also goofy headlining Ronda versus Gina instead of Mike versus Nate. Just is. Aside from that, aside from that, it's cool. Aside from that, it's totally cool. I like it. I would even say I like it. Confidently say I like it. Blackball Diaz and Ferguson. Honestly, we might have to. Row. What you guys think about that? That'll be the next poll. I'll ask you guys in the poll. Damn, it's 50-50. You guys disgust me. Uh Remember, Jacob, fighters are just people. They need to make bread no different than anyone else. Yeah. It's all good. It's cool, AD. I'm with you, AD. I'm with you, homie. We aligned, AD. What you think, AD? We aligned or what? You tell me, AD. We aligned or what? I say we aligned, homie. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I got you. Fan's not gonna stop. I know that's why we gotta blackball him. Daughter, did you catch any clips from the Georgia Polish stream with Armand? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Should I have watched it? Daughter, should I have watched it? Was it good or what? I would watch an Armand one. I watched the Armand and clavicular one, to be honest. I just don't find Giorgio that interesting. But Armand's chill in general. You asking me to blackball the hometown hero Castro? I mean, for his own good, Jew. I think we might have to, bro. Bro, him and his scar tissue gonna keep going out there and getting doctor stoppages. You know? I hate that for Nate. Like I said, he always has more to give, bro. He always does. It's the fucking cuts. Think of your own future. What the fuck in 15 years should viewers blackball older podcasters or reporters? Well, AD. I mean, bro, he's an athlete. He needs to move on from the athletic career. He's getting his ass beat like badly. His face was all cut up and shit, bro. I say it out of love. I'm not saying like I dislike Nate, you know? And like, Nate should probably get into podcasting. Like, it's like with perspective to careers, like I think we can't compare podcasters because you could be old and a podcaster, right? Your age has nothing to do with podcasting. Your age has everything to do with fighting. It's like 50% of the battle. So it's really no disrespect to Nate. It's just that, bro, I mean, like, to be honest, AD, it's a bit too sensitive towards Nate. Like, bro, he could do something else for money. He don't got to do that, and we don't got to support it. And like, it's not even a good product. And if it's not a good product, we don't support out of pity. AD, that's what I know. MMA kind of gets to be. MMA is kind of liberal in that sense. And I don't mean that offensively, but it's like, bro, we don't just support out of pity, man. At least I don't. Like, you know, Nate doing it. It's the easiest way to get a paycheck. What does that have to do with me? You know, what does that have to do with the consumer? Right? I'm not talking about me. I'm saying, what does that have to do with the consumer? It's the easiest way for Nate to get paid. Who cares? To be quite honest with you, what does that have to do with watching? Am I supposed to watch because it's the easiest way to get him paid? You know, you still got to deliver, homie. And that's what we can't compare to podcasters, right? You got to deliver. If you come on and you do the same bullshit every day, they don't just watch you because that's what you chose to do for a living. That's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. Oh, just watch me. Why? Well, this is because this is what I chose to do for a living. Nah, bro, you better earn my fucking view. You better earn me as a fucking viewer. And same thing for Nate. I don't give a fuck if this is the easiest way for you to get a check. I don't give a fuck if this is what you chose to do for a living. You know, you better earn my fucking buy. You better earn my fucking view. And he does. He does, bro. But it's past like his, like, it's not for his own good, bro. He's getting fucking torn up in there. And like I said, give him one more. I said, give him one more. You know, give him one more. But again, it's just going to get to a point where then there's no merit to it. And it's like, we're just supporting out of pity. AD, come on, man. Come on. I agreed with you with everything. But you took it one step too far, AD. And please, I don't want it to be this thing where it's like fucking, the one time I disagree with homie, now we got an issue. You feel me? AD, we were aligned all the way up until that. And honestly, AD, I think I cooked. I think you should agree with me. I think you should align with me, homie. You know that's what I want. You know that's what I want, AD. Mike tougher than before. Yeah, Mike is a beast, and I'm giving credit. Mike's a beast. Okay, like Nate said, maybe he doesn't have to fight the most violent motherfucker. Maybe he fight the second most violent motherfucker. Okay, I'm here for it. But I'm telling you, it's gonna get to a point where it's all pity. There's no merit to nothing, and it's like we need to blackball this, whether AD likes it or not. We gotta blackball this shit. MMA is kind of liberal, is it not? We have three polls. We need to do three polls. Blackball Nate Diaz, yes or no? Is MMA liberal? Yes or no? I would vote yes for liberal and yes to blackball Nate. Thank you, Space Kid, for the jewels, homie. You know it's much appreciated, my man. Thank you very much, Space Kid. Little 10 jewels action. Shit. I know Space Kid does just support off the strength, which is the best type of supporter. But it's like I had to earn Space Kid as a viewer, you know? As does Nate Diaz. It's the same responsibility. Jacob, it's just entertainment. We know Gina and Ronda fight wasn't for a belt or any substance other than for show. Bro, they're getting paid millions of dollars, AD. They're getting paid millions of dollars. It's cool. But AD, come on, bro. Come on. That's cope, man. That's cope. It's just entertainment. Nah, this is fucking elite combat sports. That's not what they sold. This wasn't elite. This wasn't just entertainment. This was in competition with UFC White House. This was um the first ever MMA event on Netflix, the most viewed MMA event of all time. AD, what the hell are you talking about, AD? Honestly, AD, what's going on here? We trashed Hamzat to big up this event. I get it that you support the event, AD, but I mean, we got to call a spade, man. Whether you like it or not, we got to call the spade a spade. We just have to, man. We just have to. It's just entertainment. Really. They're just trashing Dana for fighter pay, trashing Hamzat for his performance and shit like that. Gina couldn't even last 15 damn seconds. Hasn't fought since 2009, made $1.5 million. And you say it's just entertainment, AD. What is going on? I'm not that mad at it. You're making me more mad at it, to be honest. But, you know, I think I rest my case. Two things can be true. I think that's what people get twisted. It's like, AD, I agree with a lot of the things you said earlier. But it's like I think that you're in such support of the event that you don't want to criticize it at all. And it's like that's where you might be wrong, homie. The event was cool. Like I said, MVP MMA is cool. MVP MMA is cool. But they put out a shit fight in the main event, and if you can't acknowledge that, then I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you're not seeing. That's a shit ass main event, homie. And it's disrespectful to Nate and Mike, homie. And you know it. Mike P has elevated his profile and will be able to leverage his asking price. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm happy for Mike. Wait. Nate Diaz with shitty headgear? I don't know about that. What's up with that shitting his pants story, though? That was stupid as hell. Dana blackballed Ariel for years, and without other venues, will be harder for Ariel or anyone who challenged Dana or UFC brass. Again, I spoke about the blackballing thing already. I thought they were only giving UFC champs 7 figures. Generally speaking, yeah. But I mean, Nate Diaz is worth 7 figures, bro. It's Nate Diaz. I mean, probably not anymore. He probably just devalued himself, to be honest. But I'm saying the contract he turned down in the UFC, it had to be more than 500,000 a fight. That's what he was getting paid when he left. Jacob, on a separate note, what do you think of how Dean the Great and AB streams have impacted streaming? I like Dean and AB. I like Dean and AB. I think Dean found his little niche with AB. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. AB just got to be a little careful though. We don't want him getting in too much trouble, but it's cool for the most part. For the most part, it's cool, but AB slips up maybe like once a month or something. Anybody see Jake do that Jewish ritual on Nate? I did not. Also, AB is like, he's such a talent as far as entertainment value. He's great. AD says we align Jacob with the 100. All right, AD. All right, AD. I love you, AD. I love you, AD. I love everybody in the chat. We just debating MMA, AD. I'm trying. See how I did that though, AD. I don't know. You guys be watching every night. I'm trying to be less, be less crazy when we have disagreements, and just say it calmly. So, just curious, my boy. Do you think Goyim can defeat the non-Goyim? Uh, is Goyim Jew or not Jew? Trying to figure that out in my head. Dude, it's gonna be pretty hard to defeat the Jews. It's a great question, Double Worlds. Oh, people who are not Jewish. Honestly, bro, like just keeping it real, bro. The Jews are fucking difficult. And he deleted it. Damn. Homie scrolled up and deleted. The Jews are difficult to defeat, bro. Shit. They got an allegiance like no other. Um, So you're saying you don't want to see him get hurt? Yeah. Especially because it's a waste of time, Space Kid. It's like Nate is getting his ass beat with the scar tissue and stuff, and he's just taking L after L. Like I said, his face and the scar tissue on his face fails him before his body does, and then he takes a free L. It's like Nate's basically a free L. He's like a walking L at this point. And like I said, he can have one more. Okay, AD says, Jacob, you're right. Nate is getting the shit kicked out of him and needs to do something different. Parry point on point. All right, shout out to AD. Shout out AD. Roro says, I told you I did, bro. Thank you, Roro. I'm glad you listened. Andrew says Nate and Perry should run it in boxing on a Jake undercard. Okay, if we're talking boxing, I'm okay to see Nate do his thing in boxing because he doesn't get cut up as bad. But bro, those MMA gloves, I mean, it's really bad. It's true. Nate can't continue fighting like that anymore. Motherfucker needs to chill. Yeah, yeah, facts. Jake Shields and Gilbert Melendez have transitioned into other things. Yes, AD. It's no disrespect to Nate. So I know I said the whole blackball thing. It might be like, a fiery word, but it's time to channel your inner Jake Shields and Gilbert and transition into something else. Jacob, all right, you on point calling a spade a spade. My man AD. My man AD. I love it, AD. Good conversation, homie. Like I said, you were right about a lot of things, and I'm glad that you see my point of view as well. And it's all respect to Nate, right? It's all respect to Nate. I got nothing against Nate. In fact, I think he's funny as fuck, dude. Like, I mean, he's so original with that shit he said about like not fighting the most violent guy, but he'll fight the second most violent guy. It's like, bro, like it's super simple, but it's like so original, and nobody has personality like that. Like it's sad to see Nate go. It really is, but it's time for him to hit the road. It's time for him to hit the road. He could box one or two more, but that's about it. Let's just keep him in boxing. Dundaughter says only saw some clips of Giorgio and Armand show a wrestling move in a gym and talk about MMA. Had no idea Giorgio streamed. Has some vids with Crit Mac too. Giorgio started streaming as like a pivot off the Armand match, Dundaughter. So he's fairly new. Hey Roro, thank you for the jewels, homie. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, Roro. Thank you, homie. Bro, AB almost got smoked by this white guy in a restaurant. I saw something like that. There were a bunch of like YNs in there too, huh, Space Kid? Or maybe it's a different clip. But I saw like this white dude, and then I saw like a line of like YNs all pressing AB, and I was like, yo, who the fuck's with who? Like, do these YNs know fucking the white dude? Or like who's like does is AB with those dudes? Like who's B? I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on, Space Kid. Bro's probably the best authentic thing to come to streaming. Yeah, AB was built for streaming. Kind of true. Who beats that Mike at 170? Yeah, Mike said he's the best 170 pounder in the world last night at the press conference. Hey, I was thinking this though. I was thinking this. What you guys think about this? Because Mike and Joaquin do the podcast together, and then Mike said he was the best welterweight in the world, and I'm like, well, shit, I wonder what Joaquin, your co-host, got to say about that. He in the UFC, he probably think he better than you, right? And then I was thinking, bro, imagine Joaquin versus Mike Perry at 170 in the UFC. Insane, bro. Insane. We should re-sign Mike Perry. They be re-signing Jeremy Stevens to one fight deals and shit. We should re-sign Mike Perry and have him and Joaquin run it. Mike versus JDM. Nah, nah, nah. I want to see Mike versus Joaquin. I think that's the real dog fight, bro. That's the real dog fight. Mike versus fucking Joaquin, bro. What do you guys think? I should ask Joaquin that in the next interview. Be like, yo, who wins? You or Mike Perry? Who better? Who fucking better? That's a good fight. That's a good fight. I'm not gonna count out Mike Perry. You know, I'm not gonna count out Mike Perry. I think that's a good ass fight. Like a dog fight. And I would watch it. Bro, let's just let Nate put a headband on. What's the headband gonna do? Oh, like stop the bleeding. Mike versus Brady. Oh God, buyer seller. Come on. Buckley versus Perry, a good one there. Honestly, bro, that would feed like that'd be a good ass fight. That'd be a good ass fight, bro. That's some good ass matchmaking right there. Mike and Buck homies though. I know. But come on, you telling me that wouldn't be a good fight? That's a great scrap. Imagine those dudes facing off. That's a great scrap. 80 says Buckley versus Perry, a good one. Shout out 80. Um, Oh, and I did want to just check off one other thing on the title. Uh, Arnold Allen's not washed. I don't got a picture for it, but Arnold Allen's not washed. Arnold Allen's still good. So just want to put that out there. Oh no, I told you I watched Gina versus Ronda yesterday. Damn, bro, you disappointed me, homie. You should have just left it alone, homie. Now I'm disappointed. That's all right, bro. But bro, listen to me next time, homie. You motherfucker. Mike versus D Rod too. Who won the first one? D Rod? D Rod beat Mike already? I should rewatch that on Paramount. Game Bread MMA. Wing C versus Nate Diaz retirement match. Hey, yeah, that Wing C interview is solid though, huh? Pretty funny. Telling you guys, go tap into that. One more shameless plug. Wing C interview live on the channel right now. He tells his whole life story and shit like that. Yeah. Uh, I hit all three topics pretty quick, didn't I? Yeah, D-Rob beat the shit out of him. LOL. Damn. See what I mean though? It's like Joaquin and D-Rod should maybe run it too in the future. I want to see some of these matchups with Joaquin. Stop giving Joaquin grapplers, bro. Give him some fucking hitters. Give him some fucking hitters. Buyer Seller says it was a good interview. Thank you, homie. Co-sign from Buyer Seller himself. Let's do a couple more polls. What was the other poll I was gonna do? Oh yeah, blackball Nate Diaz, right? Should, and you guys get what I mean. I'll give him one more. So I really mean like blackball him after one more, in theory. Okay. We blackball Nate Diaz. What you guys think? Okay, Space Kid says scroll on X. I got you. I got you. Little doom scroll. I got you. Vote up that poll. I just want to see what you guys think about that. What's that mean, blackball? It means turn a blind eye to him. Buyer seller. It means make a concerted effort to turn a blind eye to him. And mitigate his star power, right? And we've been over it, buyer seller. I hope you've been in the stream because I was explaining it for like a hot minute. I am Saturday, co-host on the channel. Says UFC and the greater MMA space straight up run the world of sports right now. Netflix runs their first MMA show, UFC to be hosted at the White House. Conor McGregor returns versus Max Holloway, us over everyone else. Yes, but I'd still argue we're pretty niche. We're pretty niche or niche. I got here 2 minutes ago. Damn you, buyer seller. Yeah, I'm saying blackball Nate Diaz for his own good. I don't want to explain it because I kind of been over it. Buyer seller. That's the beauty of the replay, though. I really mean blackball him with love. That's all. I feel like that's the best way to say it. Blackball Nate with love, homie, or not. You let me know what you want to do. 67% say no. I can't participate in the poll. There's no headgear/band allowance. Honestly, headgear would be a good idea because that's what headgear is designed for, to prevent cuts. Nate looked like shit, just like when Nick came back to UFC last year. Yeah, he did look like shit. I can't lie. He did look like shit. Physically and metaphorically speaking, he actually looked like shit fighting, and his body actually looked like shit. He looked bloated. John's still yapping about getting out of his contract. We don't give a fuck. Damn, Clarissa confronted and slapped Alicia Bumgarner last night. Damn. Clarissa thuggin'. Any updates on Nick Diaz's Mgaimi? Nah. Just that he wasn't there for his brother. Like a fucking bitch. No offense, Nick, but you a bitch, homie. You a fucking bitch, homie. And Martin Santos an even bigger bitch. And I'll beat Martin Santos' ass. And you can't do nothing to save him, Nick. You can't do nothing to save Martin Santos' bitch ass. I will whoop that ass. And Nick, you are a bitch for not going to support your brother, bro. It's everything I told you guys. You guys still think that they cool? You guys still think that Nick and Nate are cool? You know, they cool? Nah, bro. Nick doesn't give a fuck about Nate. In fact, he's jealous of him. And that shit's pathetic as hell. That shit pathetic as hell. Pathetic as hell, bro. Pathetic as a motherfucker. Don't want to go to and on Nick, but it's like, Nick, I would whoop Martin Santos' bitch ass and you can't do nothing about it. You feel me? He a grown ass man. He needs to take that ass whooping from me. Right, boys? Right, boys? Drop it in the chat. Martin Santos, a grown ass man. He needs to take that ass whooping from me, and can't no one save him. Public persons are not real. The fighters got paid way more than that. How do you know him, Guy? Juice says, yeah, I rewatched it and it really seems like Nate had nothing for Mike. Mike walking him down with his hands down. He had nothing for him. Absolutely nothing for him. Not including the sponsors who paid bank. Sponsors were good. That's a fact. He was in LA but didn't go to the fight. Yeah, I know, because he's a fucking, he's super jealous about his little bro surpassing him. Nate's the better fighter, better career, made more money, overall better wins. You know what I mean? The list goes on, bro. They just respect Nick on some goofy ass shit, to be honest. And I'm just calling the spade, and you all know it. And you all know it. I'm just calling the spade the spade. They just fucking big up Nick on some goofy fucking respectful elderly shit. Nick ain't shit. He's a fucking goofy meth head. Nick has to protect the dude he shares his wife with. I mean, he can't even save him. Nick can't save Martin Santa from this ass whooping from me. Martin Santa got to take it like a man. And I'm gonna say that's for putting your hands on Kayla. That's for putting your hands on your ex-wife. That's for being a deadbeat. As I whoop his ass. Nick will show up in the corner if you offer him some drugs first. Yeah. You gotta be like, hey, I think there's a little meth over there in the corner, in the blue corner. Nick will be over there in an instant. Him says thoughts on Buckley versus Brady. That was a rough watch as a Buck fan. Oh man, will these comments ever end? Here's my thoughts. Him. Yeah, Joaquin needs to work on the wrestling. Number one. Number two, stop giving Joaquin wrestlers. Number three, this is why I thought he should never fight Brady, because it's like, you fought Brady, went to a 3-round decision, you lost terribly, and it's like there's no positive spin. Now imagine if Joaquin went through to a 3-round decision after a war on the feet with Carlos Prates or Michael Morales, right? Just like how he lost to Nasruddin Imavov. He beat Imavov in the 3rd round, and people praised him for it, right? He's proud of that fight as well. And it's like, that's why Joaquin should just stop fighting. He should have denied Brady. And the UFC should now stop giving him grapplers But like Joaquin should have straight flat out denied Brady, and I tried to tell him a million times. Joaquin needs to fight hitters only. So that's, I don't know, maybe my second thought on it. My third thought on it is that Brady's win is a nothing burger, bro. The only reason why people care is because we hyped it up and Joaquin hyped it up. And now that Brady got that fight done and over with, he back into nothingness. He back into fucking irrelevancy. Nobody gives a fuck about him. Only reason why people are asking about that still is because of me, basically. You know what I mean, him? You're not asking because you genuinely care. You're not hopping in everybody else's chat saying, yo, what did you think about Joaquin versus Brady? You're coming in here because we talked about it. We hyped it up. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, good luck, Brady. That shit ain't never happening to you again, bitch. Fuck you. And I am a bit spicy tonight, but should I mean it? Fuck you, Brady. Yeah, you'll beat my ass, but fuck you. What are you gonna do? Fucking submit me? Whatever, homie. I'll give it to you. That's my thoughts overall, him. That's my thoughts overall. Joaquin does need to fix that wrestling. Stop giving him wrestlers. Turn down the fight if a wrestler gets offered. Only fight hitters. And Brady's win is still a nothing burger. Only reason why people care is because we hyped it up. And he's back to irrelevancy. M. Gami says because in California they disclose lower purses because the commission tax is 14%. They do side letters that pay the rest of the purse for promotion and showing up to obligations. Why do they disclose lower purses? Because the commission tax is 14%. Interesting. I mean, it's interesting, M. Gami. I never heard that before, but I kind of, sounds like you know what you're talking about. They pay the rest of the money through a second contract that's basically for promoting and doing press, etc. And is that like not taxed by the commission or something? Have you yapped about McGregor versus Holloway yet? No, I haven't. Holloway gonna get his lick back on McGregor though. Roro, what you think? The blackball Nate is a 50-50 right now. LMA is Nate really is Nick really hooked like that? He was at one point, Space Kid. I had a homie. He used to be addicted to the tobacco with weed bowls, and I used to do that to him. We used to be like session in my homie's room, and there'd be like no cigarettes and shit for him to put in his weed. And then like I would just troll him and be like, "Hey, I think it's like behind the TV." And he like go over and look. And then like a big nah. I think it's over there. And he would know I'm lying, but he was such a fucking crackhead that he would have to look. That's where I got that from. That's why I said if you just say like, "Hey, there's a little meth in the corner over there," Nick will come scurrying over. Space Kid. There's a little meth in the corner. Nick's fucking meth head ass comes scurrying over. It's too good. Space Kid goes, LMAO, is Nick really hooked like that? I mean, might as well be, bro. I wish him the best. But shit, you weren't there for your brother, bro. So now I'm gonna make fun of you. Holloway beating McGregor, and I just don't even know what to expect from McGregor. Him says watching the fights with you and Buck as fight companion was fun, but damn, he has to fix his grappling game. They just threw up a top contender at him. They all grapple. I know. I know, man. I know. I know him. And you know my opinion. You know my take him. Just let him fight hitters, bro. D Rod, Ian Gary, Carlos Prates, Michael Morales. There's no shortage. There's no shortage, bro. Submit you. Yeah, Brady's no threats. Like, go ahead, submit me, Brady. I'll give it to you. Everything runs through a loophole in California. Yeah, it's not taxed because that's not considered the fight purse. Okay, okay. Well, shit. I mean, it sounds like they're looking out for the fighters. That's kind of nice. They only have to pay tax on 500,000 versus 5 million. I mean, that's a massive dub. What's your credibility, MG? Yeah, not sure. The experts on fighter pay and the fighters themselves. Got you. Ronda literally said in a post fight as well. Okay. Damn, kind of sad. Haha. Wild. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If McGregor and Gaethje win the UFC ranking, bro, that would be insane. Why would the UFC even want Gaethje to win? John says MVP was better than the UFC. See, I kind of blackballed John because we're done with John. See, I just scroll right past it. I'm getting tired, by the way. Done with John. Kinda, bro. Do you have any thoughts on the Kurdish guy beefing with Armand? Armand would kill him. Him? That's my thoughts. Armand would fucking kill that dude. What's that dude yapping, chirping at Armand for? Look at this relationship with Armand and Giorgio now. Juices ain't nobody watching the Ronda press conference. We ain't even watch the fight. LOL. Yeah, it's like shit. Shit. I think it was M Guy Me who said it. It's like shit, homie. I definitely didn't see that shit then. We didn't even watch the fight. John is done. He only wanted to come back for the White House card. Fuck John, bro. He annoys the shit out of me. John annoys the shit out of me. John did it to himself, man. I know. And then he's the one who cries the most. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. We all wanted you to stay, bro. And then you wanted to leave. Now you bitching that you can't get let back in the door. I like the Ronda and Gina fight, but it went down whack as fuck. LOL. Him, him. Why, bro? What's wrong with you? Why him? Why would you like Ronda versus Gina, bro? Just like explain it. I'm trying to like do an experiment. Like, what the fuck? I need to understand this. Maybe he fights Perry later this year or next year. That's all we can expect. I'm not pressed about it. Man, if Yuri wouldn't have fumbled, this would have been one of the best MMA years ever. Honestly, it's a pretty decent MMA year. We'll see. I don't know. It kind of sucked to start, but it's gonna be good now. I don't know, one of the best MMA years ever, Roro. It was a real rocky start to the year. Yuri winning wouldn't have done shit, Roro. Yuri winning wouldn't have done shit, homie. Would have barely moved the needle as far as best MMA year. What's gonna make it the best MMA year is what's coming up. You know, Yuri versus Carlos Ulberg was not. He's hot and he's cold. He's yes, then he's no. Yep, facts, buyer seller. That's John Jones. He's in, then he's out. Shit. He's up, then he's down. You feel me? Let me just finish it for you, boys. He's up, then he's down. W Jew, yeah, W Jew. He's hot and he's cold. He's yes, then he's no. He's in, then he's out. He's up, then he's down. Shit, you feel me? uh, that was good. I like that a lot. That was funny. Great laugh to my day. Bro, we haven't talked about Hamza versus Strickland either, LMAO. Okay, shoot him. Shoot him. What you want to say about Hamza versus Strickland? We talked about it, him. I made a whole video on it, homie. You guys just honestly, him. I won't even gaslight you fully, but it's like you guys need to keep up. You know, I do make these clips about the things that I think people want to talk about, and it's clear people want to talk about it because, you know, him just hopped in chat and that's what he wants to talk about. You know, is Hamza versus Mike. Or sorry, Hamza versus Strickland. And you know, we made a video, cope and excuses. A lot of people keep asking me, what's your thoughts on Hamza versus Strickland? What's your thoughts on Hamza versus Strickland? It's right here, 37-minute video dropped. Everything I think about the fucking fight. Everything. Go watch it. Go watch this shit. 4 days ago it's been posted. It's doesn't have enough views. It's fucking retarded. This is like the best take you'll ever hear in your life. Say, I don't know why the fucking shit don't get enough views. Someone figure it out for me. I'm gonna just keep doing me though. Like that was 2 days ago topic. Him new as fuck. I know him just popped back in. Just watched George and Dustin go over the fifth round of Sean versus Chimaev. Dustin thought Chimaev won. Oh really? Dustin thought Chimaev won, huh? The fuck? They don't get pushed to my page post shorts. I see him. I'll try. Yeah, I don't know why. YouTube needs to recommend more. I got more views on Wingseat dropping his on the Wingseat dropping the UFC fighter than I did with that one. I just woke up starting to ball today. Shit, you balling, Bloodhound, as in basketball or what? You guys should know by now. I'm actually a baller. Like I'm actually a pretty good baller. I'm a pretty good baller. You know, I'm kind of a big guy, but I can move, bro. I can move. Guess you're not him then. Respect to Strickland, though. People think Chimaev was gassed, but he did the same thing against Burns and Usman. Sean beat him. Yes, that's a fact. You should watch the video, bro. We're aligned. We're aligned, him. I went off on Hamzat. The title is Hamzat Chimaev's team continues to make excuses after loss to Sean Strickland. Yeah, Mighty said, if you were not see the fight, you would think Hamzat won on the scorecards. Confusing. Bro, it's not confusing. It's not confusing, bro. I'm just speaking on my behalf, you know. It was so clear to me that Sean won, but it's all good. It's all good. Mighty Mouse can think what he wants, bro. Dustin Poirier can think what he wants. That's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy to me. Spacey says, I low-key thought Hamzat won, and I agree with TJ. Can't win a world title backing up, jabbing, and teeping. All right, Space Kid. It finally gets revealed. It finally gets revealed, Space Kid. The true feelings. I'm playing. I'm playing. You're entitled to that opinion. More than entitled to it. I disagree, though. I do think Sean won it, but and again, Space Kid. I don't think he was just jabbing. I think that's an oversimplification. Sean was putting hands on Hamzat, a few times throughout the fight, but shit. To be fair though, in championship fights, the champ should have an advantage in decision. Bro, I mean the fact that Sean won, I think that it shows though that like it was more clear than even you guys are like, claiming it to be. It's like, yeah, and Sean won, you know? Like just because you say that to some degree, saying, to be fair in a championship fight, the champ should have an advantage in decision. But bro, yeah, and who's to say he didn't? Sean still won it, you know? Like it's just crazy the instant excuse making for Hamzat, you know? You got to win it. It's like, bro, like Sean got the decision. Maybe I mean it was pretty fucking dominant. In my eyes that shit was dominant, bro. I mean, you win the round, you win the round. Like the fight ends and it's 3-2. Like I don't know about this whole you got to beat the champ. What are you supposed to do? Like just award Hamzat close rounds every time? Like bro, if Hamzat loses the round, he loses the round. The scorecards are right at the end. It's scored by individual round. It's you don't score the fight as a whole once it ends, you know? And it's like even with that being said, and Sean got the decision. So he clearly did beat the champion. He clearly did. Whether people want to acknowledge it or not. It's like everything people want to say about it, it's like it comes right back to like yeah, and Sean won. Yeah, and Sean cuts more weight than Hamzat. Yeah, and Sean came into the fight with an injury. And yeah, and you know what I mean? Over and over again. Go watch the second round. Sean wasn't putting big right hands on Hamzat. How can I join your Discord channel? Oh, Bloodhound goes, it's that song by YNW Melly and Supreme Patty is fire. I just woke up. How's it go? It's like, I just woke up. I'm a ball today. Something, something. I got it on my phone. Something to call away. I just woke up. Supposed to push a pace, land the harder shots, or more control time. Yeah, but the thing is Hamzat wasn't landing the harder shots, you know? And it's like, push the pace, be the aggressor. Bro, that's not how you win a fight. You win a fight by hitting and not getting hit, bro. It's too simple. I will not allow these overcomplications, Space Kid. I mean, you're entitled, Space Kid, but I'm just gonna let you know the right way to look at it. In my opinion. Thank you for the gift, Space Kid. Thank you for the gift. Much appreciated for the jewels, but it's like, come on, bro. You win a fight by hitting and not getting hit. This whole be the aggressor, more control time. The control time's in perspective, but the whole walking forward thing is so fucking overplayed for me. Hamza was landing less too. He was landing less. He wasn't landing the harder shots. It's okay. It's okay. I want to leave it alone. All right, let's someone else make one more vote. Should we blackball Nate or not? And I'm gonna end the poll and let's do another one. Oh, Bloodhound says no, I can't ball anymore. Tore my Achilles last year. Ah, damn, bro, that's fucked. Sorry to hear that, homie. Someone vote up the poll so we can end it. 50-50. Blackball Nate or not. Be the deciding vote. Because then I want to find out if you guys think MMA is liberal or not. The game is hit and don't get hit. Change the pace, not quote unquote change the pace of the fight. Rockhold and TJ, some other fuckers to be talking advice from on how to judge a fight. They can't even be trusted because they know him. Control time only plays a factor when there's nothing else to score and not enough offense from the opponent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like when they're holding him up against a cage for 5 minutes, or when they lay on top of you for 3 minutes off a takedown, you know. But the control time from walking forward is like just non-existent, especially when you're getting hit more. No one want to make this poll official? Okay, fine. Then I'll do it. I'll manipulate it. Yes, we should blackball Nate. And that's going to be the end of it. That's the end of discussion. Oh, someone else voted yes to blackball Nate too. Okay, is MMA liberal? Oh wait, fuck if MMA is liberal. Who cares really right now? Sean or Hamzat? One question mark. Sean one. I don't know why Nate was acting slow at the press conference. Something might be wrong with bro. I accidentally voted no. Okay, so you're down to blackball Nate too, Bloodhound. I got you, Space Kid. I got you. I got you. The control time for Brady versus Buckley is what I'm talking about too. But Hamza had none of that. Fucking Space Kid. I can't believe you, homie, but it's okay. We bound to disagree eventually, right? It's all right. It ain't serious. Shit, shout out to Brian C for dropping some jewels in the chat. Much appreciated, homie. Thank you very much. You're too kind. What's popping, homie? 100% of people saying Sean won. Yeah, I think Sean won. Micah says, I agree. Super fake and lame main 3-second fight. It's just like, bro, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Highway robbery, bro. Gina Carano got paid $1 million for that. Nate and Mike deserve that money, bro. Tenfold. Tenfold. They deserve that money. Should we take a look and see when the live stream streak will be coming to an end? It's actually kind of crazy. Same photo for all of these. Kind of funny. Um Hard to tell on this one. Let me see. I'm gonna just look real quick on my own database. Yeah, so the streak started February 24th. How many days has it been since February 24th? We done this yesterday, but I already forgot. How many days has it been since Feb 24? Honestly, this has been kind of crazy, but I feel like it's been quite a long time. I feel like a lot has changed over the last 83 days. Is it just me? I feel like I've had like 3 fucking hairstyles in the last 83 days. I be looking at the replays and I'm just like look at my hair here and shit like that. Then I was cooked for a couple weeks and shit, you know? Still cooked. Then I got a haircut, kind of chopped, grew it out, got another haircut. Now we looking kind of good with the hair, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of happy with it now. But aside from the haircuts, there's been a lot of change, a lot of evolution in the last 90 days, boys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Feels kind of crazy to look back on. 90 days live streaming, lots of grinding. Quite a few interviews done in that time span. The Giorgio Polis interview, 2 Joaquin Buckley interviews. There's more too. There's more interviews. I just don't have it at the top of mind. Wing C just dropped today, right? Pat Downey, Jacoby Smith, Giorgio Polis. You know, quite a few interviews over the last 90 days. We've been grinding. Kind of fun, kind of cool to look back on, not gonna lie. Honestly, I just never, ever give myself that pat on the back. For some reason, I always feel like I'm behind and shit. So, I mean, I still think I am behind, and I think it's accurate. But kind of cool to see the work. Man, I'm sad I got here at the end of the streak. I'll still be live quite often, homie. I'll still be live quite often. Can we get an Eileen Perez interview soon, perhaps? Potentially Bloodhound, potentially. She don't speak English, so. Ridiculous how low Nate was paid. Much respect, says Mike Co. Thank you, homie. Space Kid says so tough. Thank you, homie. Shit, homie. The streak has been crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Been through a bunch of shit, bro. Bunch of shit, and I still just be going live and shit, you know? So I know some days my energy isn't good, but shit. You guys wouldn't believe the half of it, I tell you what. If you want to win off control time, you got to lay on some majority of the round with getting hit without getting hit too much. You can't get hit 30 times, take a guy down for a minute and expect to win a round. Yeah, you can't. You can't do that. I agreed you. And Space Kid, once again, thank you for the jewels, homie. My man. My man. I love the donos. You know that. You know that. Maiko says, great work, brother. Thank you, homie. Thank you. Yeah, so I guess if we're 83 days in, right? It's we got 1 week. So we 1 week away from the 90-day live stream streak concluding. And honestly, like I said, we might push it to 100, we might not, but I like being, the momentum of the 90. It's like what's 10 more? Right? What's 10 more? But I'm telling you, right now it's just sometimes it's hard to go live, but I think honestly we're going to get through the thick of it and it'll be easier again, in the next coming week. So maybe once 90 days comes up, I'll have 10 more in me. And this doesn't mean I won't be live streaming. This just means, I won't be live streaming every single day, so I'll probably take like 1 or 2 off days a week. That's all it really means. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? I'll be going live more so when there's things to talk about and not just making up topics. Anyway, that's pretty much the stream, boys. Pretty much the stream. There's nothing really going on today. Nothing really. We talked about it all. All right, boys. So I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. 1 week away from the live stream streak concluding 90 days. Thanks everybody who be supporting every night. It's much appreciated. If you did not like the stream on your way out and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Shout out Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Let me shout out the streets real quick. Shout out Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Shout out Roro. Shout out Mike Co. Shout out Space Kid. Shout out Jew. Shout out my man Brian C. And thank you for the jewels, homie. Shout out to him. Shout out to Buyer Seller, my man. Thanks for always watching. Shout out to AD Kid. AD Kid had a nice conversation with me today, so that was solid. Shout out M Guy Me. Shout out to my man AJD, always in here, always watching. Love you, AJD. Dun Daughter, shout out to you, homie. Thanks for always being in the chat. Thanks for always watching. Andrew Wave, shout out to you, homie. Double Worlds with the Jewish question earlier. Shout out, homie. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you're still in here. Hey, Jew, thank you for the jewels, homie. I just see it coming in now. Much appreciated, homie. Much love, Jew. Thank you very much, homie. And once again, Jew, thanks for all your support as well, homie. You already know. You're one of the top supporters. In here every night, member, dropping jewels. Shit. It's all love, homie. And Space Kid as well. You know, Space Kid as well. Thank you, homie, for all you guys do. And all you guys support. Max Energy, shout out to you, homie. 20 days strong for Max Energy. Tuning in 20 days straight. I love to see it. Shout out Night Owl. All right, boys. That's all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what's going on this week, to tell you the truth. I don't know what's going on this week, but I have high hopes. You know, I hope it's a good week. I hope we got a lot of fun things to talk about, so we'll see. But I'll manifest it now. I think it'll be a good week. I'm excited as it stands right now. All right, boys. Peace out. I'll see you all tomorrow.